Morning, folks. Santa Todd here. Sorry if it's a little dark. Getting ready for work. I've only got a few minutes, but I figured I'd show you some Christmas goodies. I guess they're goodies. My bosses, along with the lady up front and a couple other people, decided they wanted to get me something for Christmas. I don't really know why. To me, it seemed like maybe they just felt bad after the year I've had with my health and other things, and like they really just, and I'm a good worker, but I mean, it just seemed like, because it seemed like they weren't doing it for everybody, they were just doing it for me, and I just kind of took it like it's because they felt sorry for me because of some of the stuff I went through this year. But so they wanted to get me something for Christmas. And at first I didn't know what, and they had mentioned a couple things, and I was like, I don't know. And then finally I was like, yeah, that's fine. So I told them to go ahead and get what they had mentioned, which was a new television. The television I had was this one that I have back here in the bedroom now. This 32-inch 1080p television. It had 3 HDMI outputs, and you know, it was an alright TV, but I was like, well, I guess, because she was like, a big screen TV, and I was like, how big, you know? I was like, I don't know. And then, so I had this big entertainment center and stuff in the other room, and this is the room. It hasn't really changed a whole lot. I had to move all those little rock candy figures back here because the entertainment center had to go. You know, and then it's dark, but there's the Sega CD games and Genesis games and the Super Nintendo stuff, and the box systems are still down there, and some other miscellaneous systems, and my Frogger. So, yeah, so this was the TV I had before. Now let's go check out what we have now. Pay no attention to the messes behind the camera. We still have our wall of pops here as we're coming through. I know it's probably dark as shit. Sorry, folks, but it's the way it is. But this is the TV we have now. It is a 60-inch 4K television with 4 HDMI inputs. And it's pretty freaking sweet. I had to buy a new entertainment center for my games, basically a shelf. I moved all my Laserdiscs down there. I did have all of my games on that other entertainment center, so I had to basically put my DVDs up, and then I moved. I can't even get the whole TV in frame because it's about double the size of the one I had. But the PlayStation 4, 3, 360, modded Xbox, my PC, and my PS2 are down there. Also, the Wii is over there. I had to order a regular regular VG, you know, whatever it is, video audio cable for it because it only has video audio. Well, it's got composite inputs, but I was confused at first because I didn't understand. My cousin's like, the green goes into yellow if you're using just 3, and I was like, oh, okay. So we bought a new cord because I didn't have one. I only had a composite cable for it, so we can hook the Wii up and play GameCube and Wii stuff. But yeah, the PS4 is up and running at the moment. Just I figured I'd put it on just as to show you. I got a couple new games with a gift card that was given to me by some guys at work. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill this real quick because we actually don't have a lot of time here and getting ready for work. But I ended up picking up a couple games because they got me a GameStop gift card, and I didn't want to dilly-dally on that sucker because who knows when they're going out of business. Actually, the stores around me have not put like closing signs up yet or anything, but I keep seeing all this shit online, and it just seems like they're after this, you know, Christmas and stuff. They're talking about closing a bunch of stores, and I don't want to take the chance that I'd have a gift card for them and then, you know, not be able to use it. So I actually went out on Christmas Eve and went to GameStop, and I ended up picking up 2 games. It was funny because I went to 2 different GameStops, and the 2 different GameStops, one of them, they were really aggressive about all their sales things, and the other one, they really weren't at all, which is kind of funny, because the, like I said, I've been watching the Camelot 331 guy and a couple other people, and, you know, they're saying that, you know, the new sales tactics they're supposed to be using to buy cell phones and stuff. Well, I heard the guy when I went into the one go, do you have an old cell phone you'd like to get rid of? Because we're taking them, you know, and then he tried to sell her, you know, the PowerUp Rewards card, and he tried the whole spiel. And one thing I did when I walked up to the counter is I put my phone in my pocket, so I didn't have it out, so he couldn't see it. And even if he did, mine's an old piece of shit phone. But I went up to the counter, and you know, he tried to sell me the scratch protection on the discs and all that, and I'm like, no. But at one of the GameStops, I bought this game I'd been wanting for a little while. I'd heard good things, but I hadn't picked it up, and that was the Spider-Man game. They were actually selling it on the Game of the Year edition for $20. This is just the regular one, and I didn't realize that at the time. Actually, I think online on the PlayStation Network they were selling the Game of the Year one. But I got a physical copy of it, and it said it was $30. But when I got up to the counter, he only charged me $17.99. So I was like, well, that's sweet. And then I went over to the other GameStop, the one where the guy was being so aggressive. And he was the only one in there. And it's funny because the other GameStop I went to had 3 people working in there. And then this one, the other one only had him, and he was the one, you know, going through the whole spiel every time. So he's probably the manager or something. So anyway, at the second one, I ended up picking up the Resident Evil Origins collection, which has Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil, the first one, the remake of the first one. And I actually like it because the play controls were updated, and they're not tank controls and stuff, so I actually dug it. The only thing that kind of sucks is you still have to use the saves, the ink ribbons, instead of having like an autosave, but oh well, what are you going to do? So, I know I'm talking a mile a minute. Actually, I'm running a couple minutes late, so I need to get out of here because I got to finish shutting that stuff off back there. But I picked up those couple of games. I bought a Blu-ray of Alien 3 because I went to watch it on my computer, and it was the director's cut, and I was like, I don't remember a bunch of this. Where's the dog at? You know, there's a dog in Alien 3 that I remembered, and there wasn't a dog in it, and there's some other stuff, and I was like, what's going on? And turns out it was the director's cut, not the original, and I remember the original one, so I bought the Blu-ray for like $3 at Resell Electronics, and then I picked those 2 games up. So anyway, I've been playing through the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. I think we're up to mission around 8 or 9 now. I was up to like 14, so I'm kind of legging my way back through, but with the Special Edition, I got a bunch of extra orbs and stuff, so I was able to max my character's skills out and stuff, so it's made it a lot easier, so it's actually pretty fun. So anyway, gonna sign off. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I hope you picked up a couple other oddities in your gift exchanges, and maybe with gift cards. I know today's the day everybody runs back to the stores, but I have to go to work. Also, they also bought me, which I found funny, this Lazy Boy chair, which it came on a separate day than the other thing, and I was like, why did they buy this chair? Because I had to spend like almost $100 buying the entertainment center and the other stuff, and I was like, I would have rather just had the freaking entertainment center. But to tell you the truth, that's like a recliner, and it's actually pretty nice, and that's why it's covered up, because the cats immediately wanted to start clawing on it, so we had to cover it up. So sorry folks, I really gotta go, so I'm gonna sign off. Hopefully we'll keep getting some videos up here in the next you know, few weeks. We'll get something up. I don't know if I have anything up before the first of the year, so if I don't see y'all, Happy New Year, and we'll see how 2020 shakes out. So alright, talk to y'all later, and peace on earth. Later.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?